Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up. This is BVI Channel 1. You're welcome back on this program, Political Review. I'm Agitators, Peters, your host. Sorry about the mix-up we just had when we tried to start this program. A whole lot of mix-up happened, but we're back again on Political Review, and we'll be talking about exposing those who are sponsoring the agitation for no election, election boycott, and the rest of them. And as you know, this is a live interactive section which you will be expected to call in or drop your comments on this comment section to let your opinion be heard on this matter. So moving forward, let us quickly have a recap on what we'll be looking up tonight. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
I'm happy that some people have changed some of the flags they were carrying to the Labour Party flag. Some of the flags that were not Nigerian flags. I'm happy that they have changed those flags to the Labour Party flag. That's where we always wanted them to come. We always wanted them to come into the political arena.
You know what you're doing? What you're doing is linking in the Bible.
Oh, you just said so.
No, I know you're trying. You're trying to.
Oh, you are saying so?
Are you bold enough to speak?
Just speak to my statement.
Would you be bold enough?
Just speak to my statement.
I know you to be very bold.
So come in, keep to my statement.
I know you to be very bold person. If you want to address IPOD, say it. As they say, your full chest. Anyways, let's.
We have brought them into the political arena. Some people that I know you're not there. They're taking our statement. That's my statement. Fela say, if you add that one and you talk, even Fela do not see everything with his full chest. Fela or Fela.
You are still on Political Review, and I am Agitators Peters, your host. Today, we are looking at exposing those who are bankrolling, those who are sponsoring the agitation for no election, an election boycott. And there are a couple of things we are going to ask and get answers to. That is, we'll be reviewing whose agenda is the no election. Whose agenda is the no election? Who is going to benefit from when people don't participate in the elections happening in Nigeria, especially in the southern part of Nigeria, specifically in the southeastern part of Nigeria? And also, why are corrupt politicians behind the sponsoring? You're going to find out in a jiffy by the time we play out some of the interviews that are happening that you've seen already on this platform, but we are going to refresh it, bring it back to us to refresh your memory on that. Paying so much money, these politicians are paying so much money to sponsor and to fund the agitation for no election or election boycott. And that is one of those things, or some of the things we're going to be reviewing tonight. And I hope as we continue on this deliberation, your opinion will be heard. So we expect you to drop your comment or call the numbers you see right here, +234 810 4545 533. That's the number to reach us. You can call us directly or through WhatsApp. So let us quickly have a look. Let's take a look at what the spokesman for APC got to say with respect to this very topic, is in relation to this very issue we are talking about tonight. I'll be right back.
I'm happy that some people have changed some of the flags they were carrying to the Labour Party flag. Some of the flags that were not Nigerian flags. I'm happy that they have changed those flags to the Labour Party flag. That's where we always wanted them to come. We always wanted them to come into the political arena.
You know what you're doing? What you're doing is linking in the Bible.
Oh, you just said so.
No, I know you're trying to.
Oh, you are saying so?
Are you bold enough to speak?
Just speak to my statement.
you be bold enough
Just keep to my statement.
I know you to be a very bold.
So come in, keep to my statement.
I know you to be
Come
a
in.
very bold person.
Come in, it's 5 minutes.
If you want to address IPOB, say it. As they say, your full chest. Anyways, let's.
They have brought them into the political arena. Some people that I know were not there. They were taking out. That's my statement. Fela say, if you add that one and you talk, even Fela will not see everything with his full chest. Fela or Fela.
We have seen some crowds, even in the north. We have seen billboards being erected for him. Is the APC really dismissing his abilities or the possibility of him winning this thing? Or is it just to hide the fear within the APC? You're not concerned about Peter Obi's chances?
No, we just know that he has brought color to the campaign. And we also know that he has taken some people away from certain criminal tendencies to political tendency. And we are happy for that. I won't say more than that. And they know what I'm talking about. I'm happy that some people have changed some of the flags they were carrying to the Labour Party flag. Some of the flags that were not Nigerian flags. I'm happy that they have changed those flags to the Labour Party flag. That's where we always wanted them to come. We always wanted them to come into the political arena.
You know what you're doing? What you're doing is linking him with IPOB.
Oh, you just said so.
No, I know you're trying to.
You are saying so?
Are you bold enough to speak?
Just keep to my statement.
Would you be bold enough
to keep to my statement?
No, I know you to be a very bold person.
You call me keep to my statement.
I know you to be a very bold person.
You call me. We spend 5 minutes on this. Time is going.
If you want to address IPOB, say it.
You call me.
As like they say, with your full chest. Anyways, let's.
We're just happy that he has brought them into the political arena. Some people that I know were not there before, that were in some, they were taking over, they were taken after some criminal tendencies. That's my statement. Fela say, if you add that one and you talk him, even Fela did not see everything with his full chest. Fela or Fela. So we are happy. He brought them into the political arena. That is very good for us, and that's an excitement. So everybody should come and test their popularity.
But he cannot win this.
No, he cannot win it. The demography of Nigeria is too big for him. The demographic calculation of the entire Nigeria.
But he is spreading organically.
We are spreading too.
You are? Your party already exists in its large form. But within a short time, I don't think we've ever seen a political party spread as rapidly as
the CPC. The CPC spread far more than this.
You're welcome back again. We are still on Political Review, and the video you just watched is that of Kayamo having a conversation with Channels Television, and just like every other person out there pushing for the APC, either as their spokesman or their supporter, or even that of PDP, they always want to attach the agitation for Biafran people. They want to attach IPOB to P2B. They have tried that in so many ways, and that is exactly what he is playing out there. In case you don't know, when he was just trying to say, we welcome them to the political terrain, let them show their popularity and the rest of them, don't listen to him. That's just a lip service. The truth of the matter is that they never wanted the Biafran people or the agitators, whether Oduduwa or Arewa or any activists in Nigeria, to seek for political option to retire them. Okay? So, you see, whenever they do some of these things, whenever they raise these issues of trying to link up IPOB with the obedient movement, just like he said, people who are carrying Biafran flag are no longer carrying Biafran flag. They are now carrying they are no longer carrying the Biafran flag, and they are now carrying the Labour Party flag and the rest of them. Now let me just tell you this. Let me just open your mindset. They never wanted the Biafran people or any agitators, like I said earlier, to participate in any political process, because they are the beneficiaries of it. They are the beneficiaries in the sense that they need just a very little number of people in Nigeria to manipulate in order to get themselves back into power. That is the truth, and that has been their game plan all this while. That has been the reason why they don't encourage Nigerians to vote. They don't actively motivate Nigerian people to participate in the election. And the electoral law, as we have it in Nigeria up to today, is just by simple majority. So it doesn't matter if a whole bunch of people decide not to vote. As long as they get one vote is enough. That's simple majority. So when people are saying boycott of election, you are only carrying out the agenda of the oppressors, who are the politicians that have made the lives of the people miserable. And the worst of it is that there are some career freedom fighters, I call them career freedom fighters, because they will always throw up this no election, and even go further to enforce the no election by disrupting the process or trying to instill fear in the people not to come out and vote. There are two sides of it. I've said that earlier this week, that they are doing it, for one, to attract attention to themselves. The politicians, they will always look out for them. Oh, these guys, let us go and settle them. And they will cash out. That has always been the game. Okay, that has always been the game. And when it is almost too late, in fact, completely too late, some people will come out and say, oh no, you can now go vote. Don't mind them. They have cashed out. That is the truth. If you don't know it before, know it now. I'm the one telling you that. That is the truth. Because there is no grounds for saying that Biafran people should not be part of the electoral process, or the Oduduwa people should not be part of the electoral process, or that of the Arewa people, as long as you are still in Nigeria. So whoever that is selling that idea is just playing the card of the corrupt politicians. Simple and short. Simple and short. And with the current revolution happening in Nigeria, both APC and PDP are threatened. These corrupt politicians are threatened by the way all Nigerian people unanimously are united to retire them. Nigerians from the east, west, north, and south. Nigerians who are Biafrans, Nigerians who are Oduduwas, Nigerians who are Arewas are all united to retire this corrupt political class. And they are looking out to us, or through the obedient movement, and they are looking up to the man, Mr. Peter Obi, who have rekindled a kind of hope that their freedom, the power will actually be handed over to them. And we have elaborated why people like me, who believe in the restructuring of this country to enable all indigenous Nigerian people, whether Oduduwa, whether Arewa, whether Biafran people, wherever you come from in Nigeria, a restructured Nigeria will hand over to you the freedom you seek. Anything short of it is just a brainwash and a propaganda that will only benefit the corrupt politicians and those they are using, posing as agitators or your leaders in your various agitating groups. Anything short of political process to retire these people and take back power and bring in people, or you yourself going into power. From the west, you go into power. From the north, you go into power. From the east, you go into power. And you all demand for a restructured Nigeria where every region can be on their own, just like it were in the First Republic. When Nigeria gained her independence during the time of M.I. Okpara, the then regional administrator or governor of the old eastern region. We have that of Akintola of the west, and that of Ahmadu Bello in the north. Every region was, progressing at their own pace. You have a very competitive governments. They have their own regional constitution. they man the economy, they control their resources, they take charge of their political space until it was truncated. Now Nigeria had never ever had any sign of progress. And that is why those who understood the politics of freedom fighting will agree with me that the only way for the freedom of the oppressed Nigerian people, for the freedom of the oppressed indigenous people in Nigeria to be achieved, Nigeria must undergo a restructuring back to regional government. Let the people take the power back and reduce the powers in the center. That is it. It is either Nigeria practice that's confederation system, or we continue deceiving ourselves in the name of agitation. That is the bottom line. If you expect the world to come and break up Nigeria and give you freedom, you are deceiving yourself. You are deceiving yourself. Some people have been promised that you are going to sleep one day and you wake up in Biafra. All lies. All cheap lies to keep you in line and to continue using your sentiment to cash out. Because all you see now is people who go about shouting, no election, no election. They will be settled and they will say, go and contest or go and vote. They are not interested in your freedom. They are all pursuing their personal economic freedom, their pockets. That's what they're pursuing. And they are the ones willingly being used by the politicians who want to see the people continuously living in misery. Of course, when the people are poor and hungry, they are vulnerable and they can be used for any purpose. And that is what the corrupt politicians in Nigeria depend on. And that is why they are sponsoring some of these people who are agitating and saying no election. That is the fact. If you think otherwise, you can send in your opinion through the comment section, or you call the numbers you're seeing on the screen, +234810533. And that is what I am bringing to you tonight. Let us discuss it. Let us have a deliberation about this and be clear on this once and for all. Now, I've got some people who have called me and said, Chinedu, we are not part of Nigeria. I am not interested in the election. All I want is Biafra. Wonderful. I appreciate it. I want Biafra more than you do. But the difference or the bottom line is, how do you get it? How do you achieve Biafra? How do you achieve Biafra? How do you achieve the freedom you seek? If not through the political process. There is no two ways about it. There is no two ways about it. Okay? And I must tell our people, those who are saying, oh, we want our freedom. We want our freedom. We don't want the election. Those who are involved in the election are sellouts. They are saboteurs. They are working for Nigeria and the rest of them. Let me tell you, you are the one working for the continuous impunity in this country when you don't vote and you go ahead to deprive other people from voting. Voting in the right people, not just recycling the same criminals that are posing as your political leaders. Now, I want to also remind our people this. It is very important that our people get to know about this. That you must, as a matter of importance, you must understand that as long as you are in Nigeria, you are still part of Nigeria. And whatever happens in Nigeria affects you. In fact, one of the people that, sent me a message and even called me saying, oh, I will never be part of the election. I will discourage everyone around me not to participate in the election and the rest of them. And I told him that is fine and good. If you decide not to participate in the election, wonderful. It is your right. Nobody can take that or force you to go and cast your vote when you don't have the interest to cast your vote. You don't want to be part of it. You want to abstain from it. That is wonderful because it is Nigeria. Because when you ask them, you say, no, it is about Nigeria. It is about Nigeria. So the election, I'm not interested. Fine. My people, when you are not interested in Nigeria, make sure you are not interested in Nigeria completely. I have been saying it from day one. Whether you are agitating for Duduwa, whether you are agitating for Biafra, whether you are agitating for Arewa, or even anything you are agitating for in Nigeria, and you say you are not interested in Nigeria or anything that concerns Nigeria, please make sure you are completely not interested or associate yourself with anything that has to do with Nigeria, which includes, of course, you should not be interested in using their legal tender. If you are using the Nigerian Naira and you are still saying no election, that it doesn't concern you, that you are propagating Nigeria or you are calling for one Nigeria, whereas you are using Nigeria one currency, Naira currency, then you are just deceiving yourself. And I'm here to enlighten you. But some of you have a reprobate mind. Your mind has been seared with iron that you cannot get any words to penetrate and inform you better. Then you can continue living in your ignorance. I'm not here to fan or to feed your emotions or to fan up your propaganda and sentiment. I am here to tell you the simple truth. And after saying that truth, you can like me, you can hate me, but the truth remains the same. That is the truth. So if you are saying you are not going to be part of Nigeria in any way, while we are still in Nigeria today, then you are just deceiving yourself. You might as well stop using the Nigerian Naira. Find something else to use in Nigeria. Once you come into this country, find something else to use. You can as well use the Biafran currency to do your trade. Those of you who are traders, one of them from Nnewi called me the other day and was telling me, and I said, what are you using to do your trading? Have you sold anything this week? He said, yes, of course. I said, with what currency? He said, Naira, of course. And you say you are not a Nigerian and you are not interested in Nigeria or anything that got to do with Nigeria. I told him, Mr. Man, don't you see you are deceiving yourself? And tomorrow you are the one that will complain more. Hey, things are bad. Hey, my goods are falling. Hey, things are this and that. Because you are being affected in Nigeria. You are not interested in that, and yet you want to have an effective society. All right? So I will be joined by some other people who will be joining me on this conversation as we did yesterday. Nubisi Adenugu is seated here. And also we have our brother from Italy, Mazi Izuebu, is also here with us tonight. Hello, Nubisi. Say hello to our viewers across the globe.
Hello, good evening. And good evening to you, Chinedu. And good evening to our viewers all over the world. Today is another day. Thank you.
All right. To our brother Uzebu, can you please unmute yourself and say hello to our viewers who are listening?
Good evening, Chinedu. Good evening to our viewers from all over the world.
Thank you for joining us tonight on Political Review.
Thank you.
Now let us start with you, my
much.
brother, innately. What can you make of the people who are agitating and saying no election? What good would that do to our people? And who do you think will benefit from the agitation to stop election or to boycott election? That's what we're talking about.
For me, it is not possible for us to boycott election. The problem of our people is to understand the political system of any nation or all over the world. You cannot stay on the fence and continue talking of marginalization. We have to be there in the center to see how we can turn things around. Without being at the center, we cannot do anything in that very fragile government that British impose on us. So I don't share the idea of boycotting the election. We should be there. We must go to the poll and vote. That's my position.
Okay, so who do you think is going to benefit from that? Mazi?
Come again?
Yeah, who do you think is going to benefit if our people In fact, our people have been boycotting election all these years. Who do you think had been the beneficiaries of that ignorance?
The beneficiary will be the ruling party or those who are governing. Yes, it will be their very much opportunity to continue looting. Our people should understand the mechanism of these people, the tricks these people are using, and they call a spade to reject this evil. We have to be there at the center to follow them, do what we present our case in the center, and unitedly we can equally agitate together at the center. It's not, the situation in Nigeria is not what boycotting can serve. Boycotting cannot serve us, rather you are giving them more opportunity to continue enslaving you forever and ever.
I agree with you, sir. I agree with you completely. And we hope that people who are watching will be able to understand what we are talking about. Thank you very much, Mazu.
You are doing a wonderful good job to sensitize people, but we have to let them know that it's not possible to stay at the fence and continue agitating. Go there and present your case. You can see the difficulties, the few honest ones we have at the parliament, what they have suffered. Do you think they can do anything if we don't have majority at the center? It's not possible. Igbos have to wake up. The Southeast must wake up. They must invest in politics. Without politics, we are not going anywhere. Carry your message to the grassroots. Tell them to wake up. That's the only way for us to have our freedom.
I agree with you. Honestly speaking, I agree with you. Now, to Ndubisi and Enugu, can you just give us your own observation from a direct experience point of view? We would like to have your own experience with respect to what we've seen so far.
Well, thank you, Chinedu, and greetings to our people all over the world. I must continue to thank you for holding forth for us, standing in between the gap of reasonable and unreasonable people, lazy and hardworking youths. You have been always there, and you have been consistent, saying one thing for 8 years, political participation. Now, on my side, as per experience, I must tell you that our political class, East, West, North, are united. They are one. Whether in Labour Party, whether in PDP, whether in ABGA, whether in APC, these guys understand the game. Why those of us agitating and are on the sideline? Perhaps the political class call us noisemakers because they know we don't have money to effect change. I must tell you that the political class, the oligarchy, the stakeholders are in love with the behavioral pattern of some of our brothers who are always singing of no election. And I must confirm to you that they are sponsoring those people, their leaders who are in position or in privilege to occupy certain positions. They are sponsoring them to continue with that stupidity, with that, in fact, with that deceit.
That narrative.
That make, well, call it you are being fed to them, but they are sponsoring that stupidity, that foolishness. When they say that we have been voted, what have our votes done? We have been voting for over the years. If you've been voting for over the years, Like this year, 300,000 people voted. Next year, you should be able to target 500,000 people to vote. The other time, you have to target 1 million naira. It has to be on incremental basis. You should not do anything that will discourage instead of encouraging. Now, but the situation is changing gradually, and I know those people who are benefiting from election boycott are crying. But you know, power is taken, power is not given. You do not expect them to fold their hands and be clapping for those of us who are preaching that the only way out, if you are pursuing freedom of any form, both political, economic, spiritual, cultural freedom, you have to be involved in politics of your village, your town, your state, your region, and the country where you are. Even though you don't like that country, but you are still there. So you have to participate, you have to be part of a parcel of it. So I do not expect those of them to be clapping. That is why you see them sponsoring all kind of violence. Sponsoring, they will still attempt to kill people. They will still attempt to kidnap people, all to prove a point that the eastern part of Nigeria is a Biafra land that should not be part of the election. And I don't want to agree with some people that are saying it's Fulani, so it's Fulani, so it's not any Fulani. It is our own brother who are in the business of freedom fighting. There are people who are, I want to say it the way it is, so that some people, I know some people will not be happy. There are people who are into the business of freedom fighting. They won't do any other thing. These are career freedom fighters. They cannot do any other thing. They keep on promising people. Biafra is coming tomorrow. Biafra is coming by Monday. When Monday comes up, he said we are going to Russia. And from Russia, we are going to US to bring flag to you. And you know, in Nigeria, our education system, our copy and paste education system, has made a lot of people to graduate with ordinary paper without having content. Having without having content. Most people graduated with just paper, without content, without character. So their head is empty. So these guys are busy filling that empty head with their garbage. Chinedu, I want to encourage you. Maybe we do a program on how freedom is secured. You do a documentary. I know you've done it 5 years ago. You can revisit that and from your archive, bring it up to show these guys that freedom is not given, is taken. It's either you take it politically, economically, legally, diplomatically. There must be a defined process to pursue freedom. You know, so all these deceits. I know there is no way you buy everybody, but at least from what we've seen from the ongoing obedient movement, I know their camp has been depleted to a very significant level because I can see many of these agitators joining our camp. It's not like everybody is happy. I myself is agitator. Everybody knows me that I'm agitated. I'm not happy with things are done, but I have to follow the process. The fact that I'm not happy doesn't mean I'll go and knock my head somewhere. I have to be following the process until I achieve my aim. So there's a process in building house. You must lay the foundation. You must put one block, two blocks before you get to linter level. There's a way. Even if you are quack engineer, you've not gone to school, or engineer, you go to school. There is always an established way to build a house. So in securing a new nation, a country, you must follow that process. It's not giving. It's not manna from heaven. It's not something you pray over it and in the morning you see you see a new nation falling down from. Simon Ekpa has adopted that trend. I heard him over the other time saying one day you will sleep and wake up in Biafra. He has understood the psychology of these people. He has understood the psychology of these people, and he's laughing, he's smiling to the banks that he's busy making money. So he has seen how stupid our people are. Many of our people are very stupid. I'm sorry to say it. That is why political class are joking with us, and that is why we are never organized. That is why once they find themselves into the power, the government house, they ignore every person
Exactly.
because they know everybody is praise singers who praise sing for them, and they know with little amount of money everybody will fall in line. You
Exactly.
know, even this Obi movement, I know they say we know they give chichi, but we young people following the movement have to be very careful so that well, politicians will not use us. Politicians will not use us because I can see people giving out millions of naira, you know. But to some of us, we open our heart just like if you go to church, they will say raise your heart, and you raise your own and forget yourself. Pastor will collect all the money around. So we have to get sense. We be sensible because Nigerian politicians have not changed. Many of them are changing camps from PDP, APC to Labour Party, coming to occupy the same position. They will not give the common masses, the masses that desire this change, space, because they know the masses are not organized and the masses don't have money. So you have seen all of them coming to Labour Party to take a House of Assembly ticket, take a Senate ticket, take a Federal House of Representatives ticket. So, but that will not discourage us from being part of the process because change is coming. And once the wind of change blows, it will blow many people away. And even those of them who are corrupt, they will know that their days are numbered. Chinedu, let me pause here while I stand by. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In case you're just joining us, this is BVI Channel 1 Political Review. And we are talking about, we are exposing those who are behind the agitation to stop election and election boycott and the rest of them. And I have with me two gentlemen discussing this, Ndubisi and Enugu from Aka and Mazi Izuebu from Italy. Hello Mazi, let us take a look at some of the commentary here and have your opinion on that. One, Onyi boy Stephen have been dropping comments saying no election, no election, no election, and the rest of them. But there is a specific one he is talking about, and I want to read it out. He said, Nigeria is collapsed, so we have to change our direction since we have been voting till now, and you want Biafra to continue with them. It will never be good for all Nigerians. He is not a Nigerian. And also in another comment, he said that, I want to bring out that comment. He said that to achieve Biafra is only way, and that way is no election. So to these people, the only way to get Biafra is sit down in your house, eat ofe sala, and at the end of the day, then they will call him and give him Biafra. That is the mindset of these people. Yes, boycotting the election is a protest, but to whose advantage? Hello, Izuebu. What is your reaction to these very comments?
Thank you very much, Inedu. In fact, you know, the present Igbo generation forgot that democracy started from our ancestors in Igbo land, in particular in Anambra State. Why are they shying away from the truth? How can you get freedom without participating to dialogue for your freedom? In that fragile country, do they think the freedom will come from heaven to them without fighting? You have to go and dialogue. You have to go and discuss with people. For you to do that, you have to participate in any electoral process that is found in that country. I urge them to go back and read our ancient history. We are the light of the world, I want the younger ones to unite and come out in mass to go and vote, whoever they want to vote, come 2023. That's the only solution for our freedom. You go to the center and discuss your problem and see how you can settle without fighting. We went to the war. We know what we saw for that 3 years in the forest. I will never advocate for any war in Nigeria again. So they have to get up, wake up, and participate fully in all electoral process in Nigeria for them to be free. This is my own position. Thank you once again for the wonderful work you are doing, Chinedu.
Yeah, we'll continue.
May God
we'll
continue
doing our
helping
best
you
until our people begin to
realize all these activities within shortest period. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, your exposition. Now, Ndubisi, I'm coming over to you. Talking about this boycott of election of a thing, or trying to, let me just take it from what Keyamo said, that people who are now agitating for Biafra had now turned over to become obedient, and the rest of them. And it's, some of them are throwing up this narrative that, although showing that they are not not happy, they are seriously concerned that Biafra agitators are looking towards a political option, and they are making it look as if this is the first time the Biafran people are taking a political option. From your point of view, what is your response to that? You can unmute yourself, NWC.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chinedu. Thank you, Chinedu, for the question. You know, some of these guys are not informed. You know, some of them living inside glass house. You know, when you are living inside a glass house, you don't throw stone. You don't try to throw stone. But these guys live inside the glass house and they are busy throwing stone up and down. These guys have refused to appreciate the situation on ground. The situation on ground is that every Nigerian is an agitator, agitating for one thing or the other. Today, I got a call from an Hausa man from Gombe State, a Muslim. The man is more angry, is even angrier than me. He's even more agitated than me. He was a former bank manager in the northern part of Nigeria. The man is aggrieved. What is the source of annoyance? He said, these our leaders, he mentioned their names, even those contesting to be president and vice president, that they have stolen they have kept the people of North poorer. If there is anything like poorer, the people of the North have not benefited anything by having their brothers in the helm of affairs of this country. He said it's about the time for them to try other people, to try nobody or somebody they don't know, that they've been trying one of their own. And that this issue of using religion, using tribe to play politics, that that strategy has expired. The man telling me all these things today. So as in what this man Keyamo is saying about agitator, he doesn't know that in fact 100 million Nigerians are agitators. More than 100 million Nigerians are Biafrans. There's one guy that wrote book in Abuja, posted somebody. He said, we are all Biafrans. I think DSS arrested him some time ago when he he wore Biafran clothes.
Yeah, I think
You know.
they arrested him at the airport when he was coming into Nigeria.
Yes, yes. Because he is trying to prove that point that Biafra stands for equity, fairness, and justice, and that anybody that desire a new system that will ensure or guarantee equitable distribution of scarce resources in the country is a Biafran. So to that extent, he classified all Nigerians to be Biafrans. So to Kayamo, when he was referring to people carrying Biafran flag, agitating for Biafra, now facing the Labour Party direction, what he doesn't know is that more than 100 million Nigerians are agitators, Biafran agitators, whether Oduduwa or Biafran or Arewa. These guys believe in the ideology of Biafra, which stands for equity, fairness, justice, freedom of association, freedom of religion, freedom of economic association, freedom of political association. It depends on how you are looking at it. So these guys is referring to are not the core Biafran agitator, because there is one thing a registered member of a pro Biafran group, like I am an Igbo person, I am not a registered member of any pro Biafran group now, but I am a Biafran. And if you want to mention those pro Biafran groups, prominent of them is Masob. You know Masob, and you know their leader was Lika,
Yeah.
and you know IPOB, factional IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Their leader is Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB. And you have the other Biafran being led by elders, but the whole elders have all died. So it seems that faction of IPOB has died down. The one led by Justice Ozobo, Dr. Ikediifa, Achuzia,
Achuzia,
all Debo
Ojukwu, all of
all
them are
these
dead
people
now.
have died. And then you have Barrister Emeka, who is in London, but Barrister Emeka is not all that agitator. He's a barrister. He's not a career freedom fighter. He will come in and write his own and go. So you will not classify him as a leader of agitating group, even though he's leading a pro-Biafran group known as Mobile, you know. So, you know what I'm saying is that these are the core. Apart from these three I've mentioned, you still have other ones like BLN something being led by that your friend, that guy from Imo State,
Chimezie
and
or
other
Chimezie or
smaller
something.
small,
Yeah.
Chimezie, yes, and other smaller groups. But all these groups put together, they will not be up to 500,000 registered members. That is the estimation. Oh. They could be higher, they could be less. But the analysis I'm giving you now is to try to define who is core agitator and who is agitator sympathizer based on the ideology, what that agitation stands for. I'm telling you, Chinedu, that people who believe, who are registered members and who are the core agitators are not more than 500,000 people. But people who are sympathizers, people who believe in the ideology of Biafra, what that Biafra Ojukwu fought for, technological advancement, that Biafra Ojukwu fought for, that during the war they refined their oil and were busy driving their car around the Biafran territory. That Biafra that built Odenigbo, that fired missiles here and there. That Biafra that fought heroes, fought like them. You know, the whole world wants to be like them. That is what the ideology these people are dying for. And every average Nigerian desire this ideology. So when Kayamo is saying agitators are joining the IPOB, my brother, he doesn't know what he's saying. They are still sleeping. By the time they wake up, say November, December, they will see the kind of tsunami And the kind of mass movement that P2B being the face is building, is organizing around the world. I mean, these guys are still sleeping. So, Chinedu, to conclude and summarize your position or your question
Yeah.
of Kayamo's statement or comment on agitators joining the Labour Party is a welcome development. The agitators have seen succor somewhere. They've seen light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. So they queue up. You queue up, just like queuing up to wait for your own turn to fetch water. These agitators are queuing up. And my definition of agitators is every other Nigerians, both in Nigeria and across the world, who want a better society. Thank you, Chinedu.
Yeah, NWC, you were saying something about categories of people who believe in Biafra. When you're talking about frontline agitators, the ones that are registered members of different pro-Biafra groups or pro-indigenous identity, like Oduduwas and the rest of them, they are, about hundreds of thousands, but you have millions, multiple of millions of sympathizers or people who are enthusiasts, Biafran supporters, or Duduwa supporters, or Arewa supporters in the scene. And when you have these two people, and you're talking about people who have embraced the political struggle, the message we've been preaching, to me, I believe that the hardliners, those who are saying no election, any election will amount to death, and the rest of them will threat and all of that. Those hardliners are the ones we call the frontline agitators, the core members of different pro-Biafran groups agitating for Biafra, okay? You have a bunch of numerous, multiple millions of the enthusiasts, Duduwa enthusiasts, Arewa enthusiasts, Biafran enthusiasts, trooping out in their millions to support this obedient movement. Do you think that's exactly what the situation might be? You have to hang on before you take this. Question. Let me take this call that is coming in. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. You're welcome on BVI Channel 1 Political Review. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Paul. I'm calling from Ireland.
Paul, go ahead with your submission, yeah. Paul.
Well, I'm not a politician, but I'm a I'm an independent person. I like P2B, but there is something that I really want people to understand. In as much as P2B wants to fix Nigeria and wants everything to work fine, and I love the youth, how the youth wants things to go well. But the people of Nigeria should remember, with 1999 Constitution, P2B cannot do anything. Even if they bring 1 million of Obi to fix Nigeria, with 1999 Constitution, Obi can't do it. Nigerians should look into 1999 Constitution. If there will be a serious amendment on that, then Obi can do something. But with that 1999 Constitution, Obi is dead on arrival. That's my own contribution.
Okay, now, do you think that you, with the way the Constitution is, that there is no need for the election? Is that what you're talking about?
First of all, 1999 Constitution cannot allow P2B to walk the way he wants to fix Nigeria. He can't.
Okay, so
Let's be very honest
what do you advocate for? Because I have some people who have this very narrative Ninas is saying no election should happen until you fix the 1999 constitution. Do you agree with that trend?
First, I would rather say if this is the question, my answer to the question will be, in a very civilized world, in a very civilized country, the Yorubas are agitating, the Biafrans are agitating, even the people in the north, the indigenous people of the north are agitating. They don't want to be again. The best thing for everybody to do is to call a referendum to see if everybody's still on the same table. You can't just force people to be what they don't really want to be.
Exactly.
I know that everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion, but let's be very, very honest to ourselves. A referendum is needed because in an illegal way, Nigeria needs to conduct a referendum before they go into 2023 general election. Let's forget about all these sentiment. People are just parading themselves, doing all manner of nonsense.
Yeah.
Conduct a referendum. Let's see if the three parties still wants to be together. If they want to be together, then that means we can proceed with the election. The Southeasterners are really agitating. They want to leave. Go ahead, I'm listening.
All right. Now, you know, there is something I have always said, putting the cart ahead of the horse. Some people may say between the hen and the egg, which one comes first? Now, let me come forward. Now, who are you expecting to effect this referendum? Is it the same crop of politicians in power, or is there any other force anywhere that will enforce it or implement it?
Well, you know, let me just keep it 100% real with you. Nigeria is not a country.
Yep.
Nigeria is a country, when they see the reality, they back away from it. As you are there, BVI Channel 1, as you are right now, if you ever open your mouth and say to Nigeria that you want Nigeria to conduct a referendum, I give you 72 hours, allegation will be on you and you'll be arrested.
No, it's not true. No, it's not true, because I've even said more severe things to their faces and I've not been arrested. I have said to even the DSS, to the police, to the government, I'm a Biafran and my people want freedom. I have said that.
All right.
I have been agitating for that, and
right.
that we need referendum today and tomorrow. But it doesn't just end by saying this is what you want. You can desire to have anything, but the most important thing is, how do you get it? Now, we are talking about, let's have this wonderful conversation. It's very interesting. You are saying that the constitution must be dealt with before talking about any election further. Nigeria has to be, the question of Nigeria must be sorted out.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Listen, I agree with you that Nigeria has a very big problem. But the reality that many of us are not seeing is that we are asking the wrong people to do the right thing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Brother, Chinedu, this is the first time I'm coming into your show, and I believe a lot of people will be hearing this.
Go ahead.
Nigerians should listen to this. I guarantee you, 80% of people in Nigeria doesn't know what they call 1989 Abuja Declaration. And secondly, Nigerian Constitution, 1999 Constitution of Nigeria is a piece of garbage.
Of course, I agree with you.
There is nowhere on the planet Earth that anybody in his thinking mind can see P2B going around, Atiku going around, Tinubu going around. These are a bunch of people that knows the truth, but they shy away from the truth. Now, he can't do anything. He cannot do anything with all the dreams P2B had for the people of Nigeria. P2B is he's a businessman. He knows business. But 1999 Constitution would shackle him and get rid of him.
We know that. That is not even part of the debate. Nobody is questioning the position of the Constitution and how mischievous that Constitution is. Now the question is, who is going to enforce, who is going to set it rolling, the process of discarding this Constitution and bringing in a new Constitution that will, change or solve the Nigeria problem? Who will do that?
First of all, we have people that we elected from every villages, which is, we have people that is elected from every villages to represent. Even in your own village, you have somebody representing you. I will bring this into your channel. I've seen a lot of agitators who said, let us conduct a referendum. Nnamdi Kanu said this. Look at him, he's in DSS custody. So
no, I think you're not answering the question. I'm asking who will effect the process you're talking about. You're saying that the constitution must be discarded and Nigeria must be negotiated. Who will start the process? How will it start from your own perspective?
From my own perspective, is the Nigerian judicial system, because they are the one who is holding the law of the country.
The Nigerian judicial system?
Yes, which is what they call them, the people, the law, the what they call it, the courts.
The courts, don't forget that the courts will only, their own role, don't forget the role of the judiciary is to interpret what is in the constitution. They are not the ones that is to change it. Their duty is not to change constitution. Their duty is not to effect or write a constitution. Their duty is just to interpret what is written in the constitution.
Go to the Senate. Let them go to the House of Assembly, the one in the one in Abuja, where they shared 60% of Nigeria.
Wonderful. You are getting to the point. That's very good. Now, you heard me say we expect the wrong people to do the right thing. We expect the corrupt, infested politicians in the National Assembly under APC and PDP to do what we are asking for them to do. They are giving us deaf ears because we have not voted them out. But come to think of it, if Nigerian people gather together and have a set of people with this mindset going into the National Assembly, don't you think that is where this thing you're talking about will begin?
When I was there, I have this kind of mindset. I left Nigeria a long time ago, and I came to realize that all those big bellies and all those empty heads in the Senate, they cannot do anything. It's the masses that fuel them. Nigerians are the victim of their own problems. That's what I can tell Nigerians. You are there crying, not you. They are there crying. Nigeria is bad. At the end of the day, the same bunch of idiots will go and vote the person they know that he or she cannot do anything.
That's exactly what we've been preaching. That's exactly what I've been saying, that these wrong people must be taken out first. When you take these guys out, then you bring a new set of people with the mindset of changing the constitution. I have had a senator stand up to say, this is the problem of this country. This constitution must be taken down. You know what? He is just a lone voice. He was shouted down. He couldn't do anything. You can imagine having majority of senators in that line. Do you think that we'll still be using this constitution up to today? That is the question. That is exactly where we need to tackle. That is where the solution will come from. There's no point we beating about the bush. There's no point we shying away from the truth of the matter, which is the politicians we have in Nigeria today are not committed to this very task, because they know the way Nigeria is, the constitution have empowered them to continue in their impunity and corruption, amassing primitive wealth at the expense of the people.
The foundation, when your foundation of your house is not in order, that's not how you can put up a building.
So it is the responsibility of the people. I think on my own, so that we can allow other callers to come in. I appreciate this dialogue I had with you, and I believe those who are listening will also come up with their own opinion.
Before I go,
all right,
Nigerians, they should go and search what is called 1989 Abuja Declaration. That is what is playing out between Tinubu and Shetima. Tinubu and Shetima, they are not defining the constitution. They are following the constitution.
Of course, they say that, listen, let's not just talk about APC, because they have said it black and blue that to hell with whatever thing you're talking about. They are not interested in what you're talking about restructuring. They are not interested in what you're talking about constitution and the rest of them. So they are not even in the option.
Thank you for bringing up restructure. Nigerians, you also understand that there's nothing left to restructure again. Nigeria has been restructured.
No, Nigeria have not yet been restructured the way it were in the First Republic. That is the starting point.
Nigeria has been restructured in a way that it will favor some certain group of people.
That is what we are saying, my brother Paul. Listen to this attentively. Don't forget that the person that altered the original structure of Nigeria is an Igbo man. Do you know that? It was an Igbo man that altered the original structure of Nigeria having regional government, where you have the Eastern region having their constitution, being on their own. They have their own diplomats, they have their own embassies, they have their own laws, they do their thing, they manage their own economy. The same is applicable to the rest of other Nigerians. But it's an Igbo man that truncated that process. And the current regime under the Fulani Caliphate hijacked it and doesn't want it to be reversed. And that is what is playing out, my brother. So what our people should be doing, and the rest of Nigerians, the worst part of it is that these people that are holding on to this constitution have seen that it only benefits the political class, not even the ordinary people from their various regions. So the only thing that can hand over power back to the people is restructure Nigeria back to where, then we can now start from there to talk about any other thing. You know, if you are missing road, if you are going somewhere Nigeria, and you miss road, yes, the best option and decision you can take is to reverse back to the point where you missed that road. And that is exactly what we are advocating for.
I wish you were for Nigerians, but Nigerian is gone.
I know, I understand. I understand your situation, I understand your position. I know a lot of people have given up on Nigeria, fine. But it is not good enough to give up on Nigeria, but rather, we must do what is necessary to get it right, to solve the problem. The problem is already there. The nation, or Nigeria is not a nation, Nigeria is just a country. And the country is battered by corrupt politicians. So it's not enough for us to be agitating. It's not enough for us to just sit by and just watch and do nothing. Okay? So we appreciate you, my brother Paul, who had been calling, who had been having this discussion with us. Those of you who have been calling, the lines are still open. You can still call and be part of this proceeding. Okay? We are talking about the election boycott. Who are those sponsoring it, and why are they sponsoring it? I'm bringing in our brothers who have been here with me on this deliberation. Ndubisi Anenugu and Mazi Uzebu. Hello, Mazi Uzebu.
Hello, Chinedu.
Yeah, you've been hearing the narrative that we've been talking about. Someone who called in said that Nigeria, before talking about election, should first of all discard the constitution. Then after that, we now talk about whether or not to continue in the system called Nigeria. What is your take about it? What's your take about this whole thing on restructuring, constitution, and the election? Let us dabble into that a bit before we conclude.
For me, the only solution for Nigeria to be in is to, I feel, we can equally have a new national dialogue for Nigerians, for all ethnic groups in Nigeria to state their mind on how we can move on as a union, or to decide to go on our pathways. That is the only first thing and the primary issue I want the federal government of Nigeria to look into. So without calling all the ethnic groups to decide how they can live together in Nigeria or to separate from Nigeria, whatever we are doing will never yield good results. So my own only idea and contribution is for us to sit together and discuss way forward for every ethnic group. Either we go regional government or we separate without fighting. So this is my own contribution.
Okay, thank you very much. And if you're saying that we should wait till we get the constitution right before going into election, it's like setting the cart ahead of the horse. Because when
yes,
you say,
because we cannot do anything with this existing constitution. It's not a constitution.
of course,
People should understand it.
nobody is arguing the constitution, the position of the constitution, but we are saying who will now effect the change of the constitution. That's what we are talking about. Who will start the process?
With the situation with the situation at hand now, my dear brother, we don't talk of a constitution. What I'm talking about, and I feel is the best way for us to go, is to call all ethnic groups in Nigeria, call it a national conference, or whatever, national dialogue, or whatever you like.
Excuse me, sir.
Each and every.
Excuse me, sir. Who will do the calling of that national conference? Because we know we had one in recent past during the Jonathan administration. Who are you expecting to call for that national conference?
For instance, with the situation now, I don't think the leading government can call for such a conference. But the fact is that all these factions agitating for freedom, agitating for self-governance, agitating for regional government will come together as a group, like Afani Fere did many times, the Ohanes Ndibo did many times, the South-to-South, so-called South-South that doesn't exist. I don't know why they imposed that South-South in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria you can have a geographical area they call South-South. Something that doesn't exist in the history of the whole world. If they can come together and decide what to do, that should be the best thing, because the constitution, that is army decree, is not a constitution. Unfortunately, we know the elders that because of their personal interest sold the whole southern Nigeria to the leading hierarchy in Nigeria. But they should know that this suffering of almost 300 years must stop come 2023. We need to dialogue what the way forward for us to move. So the group of agitators, the Benue the agitators, the Oduduwas agitators, the Biafran agitators, the South-South agitators, they must come together to take a decision on how they can move on. Either to separate or to have a new constitution. This is my option. Because if you are waiting for the federal government to do that, it's not possible. They will never call for such a meeting.
The federal government in the past have called for such a meeting. So you cannot say it is not possible. But you can say this current administration can never. So when you say,
it's what I'm talking about. The current administration will never do that.
So you need an administration that can do that. That is what you need.
Yes, this is why I want people to participate in this election.
That
because within this period now, how many months remain for the election? Let everybody participate. All these agitators, let them participate in any party they feel their voice could be heard at the center after the election. Then we start the process after the election. That's the only solution. This is how I foresee the bright future of that country if we are going to be together. Or we decide to separate, but we must dialogue. War, I don't approve. I will never approve anything war in Nigeria anymore, because we went to the war, we suffered it, we know how difficult and how painful it is.
You made a point there. And in BC, I would like to get your own opinion. Hello, Ndubisi, are you there?
Hello, yes, thank you, Chinedu. You have always known my position, but the benefit of those joining us on this program, viewers all over the world, I want to restate my opinion. My opinion is that so long as the people, I mean the masses, are not organized to take power, return power to them, and do whatever thing they desire, we will continue to do follow any person that has built momentum, like Peter Obina has built momentum, and we all of us are busy following him, because we believe that among the so-called devil we know, the best devil among all of them is Peter Obi, because I don't want to see Peter Obi as an angel. He has been part of the old political order. After all, he was here in Anambra for 8 years. But among the three key presidential candidates, Peter Obi seems to be the best. And Peter Obi has met with the leaders of all the ethnic groups, starting with Afini-Fere, the Niger Delta people, the Middle Belt. He has met with them, and they told him, in fact, it was publicized, that the Constitution, the 1999 Constitution as amended, is the problem of Nigeria. That we, the people, they use there, has never represented the people. It is the collection of the stakeholders, political and military cabals, that impose themselves on Nigerians in the name of...
Ndubisi, hang on there. Let me take this caller that is coming in. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Your name and where you are calling us from, please.
God's mercy. I'm calling from Owerri.
From where?
Owerri.
Okay, God's mercy from Owerri. Go ahead. What's your submission?
You are talking about people that are sponsoring the boycott of election. My question is, if you think that election is the solution, assuming P2B wins the election now, will he be able to remove all the Boko Haram that have infiltrated the armed forces of Nigeria? Hello?
Go ahead. We are listening.
That is my question. Answer my question.
Okay, you are saying, you are asking if P2B will be able to remove all the Boko Haram.
Yes.
Do you know the origin of this Boko Haram? Do you know the origin of this Boko Haram? Do you know?
Can you listen to me?
You've asked your question. I'm about answering your question. You asked if P2B, if he goes in there, will he be able to remove Boko Haram and the terrorism and all that? Is that what you ask?
I see. I hope you are aware that the terrorists, the Fulani terrorists, have infiltrated the Nigerian armed forces. I hope you are aware of that.
My dear, you are saying if P2B will be able to sort out this insecurity situation. We don't base our this thing on hearsay. You don't have any fact, or this person or that person or that person is a Boko Haram member and now he is a Nigerian army. If I ask you to provide one, you cannot provide that. I know that is the narrative out there, but here on this platform, we don't take any narrative that cannot be backed up by evidence. I hope you understand what I mean.
Are you saying that I should not I shouldn't say that P2B will win? Okay, assuming
No, what I'm saying, no, what I'm saying is that I'm responding to what you said. I'm responding to what you said, God's mercy. You said that you made a categorical statement, which I said it is not acceptable on this platform. That Boko Haram members are now Nigerian army or Nigerian security outfit. Because if I ask you to give me an evidence you have at hand, somebody that have been confirmed a Boko Haram member and now he's a Nigerian army or police or the rest of them, you may not be able to provide that because you're talking about law and legality. This is the narrative out there. I am not saying that you should know that as your own narrative, but here on this platform, we don't take what cannot be verified. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Now, when you now ask the question, you ask the question saying that P2B, if he wins, will he be able to deal with the issue of Boko Haram? Will he be able to sort out the security situation? Is that not what you ask?
Yes, that is my question.
Now, and I'm telling you that Boko Haram, to a large extent, was politicized. Do you agree with me on that?
No, I don't agree.
Okay, you don't agree with me that some politicians were giving moral support to the Boko Haram activities during the time of Jonathan, saying that an attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the North. You didn't get that?
Okay, yes, I understand now. I understand.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
yes.
Solving the Boko Haram issue have been politicized. And I believe strongly that the government in question is sympathetic. And that's why they are politicizing insecurity. We also heard that from some of the politicians that this government or this current party in government, you know, so brought in some kind of any kind of disturbances to make the government of Jonathan ungovernable and make sure that they move him out because of insecurity. And up till today, they have not been able to solve that problem. You know that too, right?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
You also know that a governor of Bauchi came to tell you that they opened the door for all Fulanis from the Sahel to come in and settle in Nigeria under the program the federal government have initiated to settle them across Nigeria. You had that too, right?
Yes.
And ever since then, have you heard about any seriousness by this government to solve that security problem and challenges it poses? So, why I'm asking you all these things is for you to understand what you are talking about, so that you don't be carried away by emotions and sentiment or narrative from people who just want to feed on your sentiment and your frustration. We are here to give you the truth and nothing but the truth. And the truth of the matter is, the security problem in Nigeria to a large extent has been politicized, and you need a genuine, committed leader that has the political will to tackle the issue of insecurity across Nigeria. And that is the truth. And that is why everybody is routing for the man, P2B, from the north. People are saying, enough is enough. We have been killed enough. Many of us cannot go to the farms. So they want a change. The same thing happening across Nigeria. So, to the issue of insecurity you're talking about, it has a political solution. And when you have the right people in power, then we can start talking about the solution to that. Thank you very much.
Can I ask you another question?
All right, please do, so that we can wrap it up, because we have fast spent our time. Go ahead, very briefly.
I hope you are aware of the Islamic agenda against Nigeria. Are you aware of the Islamic agenda against Nigeria?
When did you get aware of it? If you are still,
Oh, you are
if
not
you are
aware.
still, if you are just coming up with that narrative, then you are not abreast with the information from the day Nigeria got her independence. And I kept saying it for more than 8 years. I have been saying it to the Nigerian people, but nobody seems to hear me. That Ahmadu Bello clearly stated 12 days after Nigerian independence, categorically stated that the new country called Nigeria will be the estate of their great-grandfather Usman Dan Fodio, and they will use the minority of the north as willing tools and the south as conquered territory. That has exactly been what has been happening in Nigeria. And if you say that is a Fulani agenda or Islamization agenda, my brother, you are just waking up to that reality. But it is not enough to say and shout Fulani agenda, Islamic agenda, and the rest of them. What are you doing about it? Because the Fulanis you're talking about have taken the option and have taken stronghold of the political instruments in this country. And there is no way you can wrestle it other than through the political struggle. So anyone telling you otherwise is just misleading you. So you either take a political option or keep lamenting about Fulanization or Islamization. And that is the answer to your question. Thank you very much. Let me take another call. Thank you very much. We have other callers. God bless you. Hello, the caller from Germany. Your name?
Hello, good evening.
Can you speak up, please?
Is that BVI channel?
You are on live BVI channel 1. Please be very brief because our time is up.
Yeah, please. I heard somebody talking about 1999 Constitution. I want to ask that person, is 1999 Constitution going to stop Obi from building roads, or stop him from giving us electricity, or stop him from inserting discipline in the society where there is no discipline? So, before you want to kill a rat, or before you want to kill a lion, you must go to the bush. So we have to vote Obi. When we vote Obi in, if the House refuses to do the right thing, I tell you, the Nigerian masses would and take over that House of Assembly. And when they take over that House of Assembly, they will now say, we want now referendum. That is how things are being done. So there must be an election in Nigeria, because this election is our future. Anybody who is talking there is no election, please let him, he's not saying the truth. So that is what I want to say. Because of the time, let me stop from here, please. I'll call you next time when you have your program. Thank you very much for what you are doing, and bye.
All right. Thank you very much for your submission. Thank you very much. And that will be about the last call we're going to take for tonight. Let me quickly bring back the gentleman that had been with me, analyzing these things, putting our heads together to dissect what is being discussed tonight. When they come right back, when we bring them right back, then they will give us their own closing remark. Then we wrap it up. Hello, Maziu Zebu. You're welcome back on the program. Yeah, Maziu Zebu, you're welcome back to the program.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go on. So tell us, give us your closing remark from what we've said so far, because we are wrapping it up already. Just in about 20 seconds. What's your word to the people listening to us all this while? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Maziu Zebu. Unmute yourself and speak to us.
Okay.
Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead. Go on. Go ahead. We can hear you. Ndubisi, if you are there, you can take on the time. Give us your closing remark.
Hello, Chinedu. Good. Hello. Yeah. What I want to say, and I will continue to say it, that our people must be part of the political process. They must be part and parcel of political decisions in their local government, in their state, in their region, and in their country. Even if you want to be out of Nigeria, you have to do it from inside. Thank you and good night, Chinedu.
Thank you very much, Ndubisi, for that, your submission. And we'll be having our brother Mazi Uziebu to give us his own remark. Hello, Mazi, are you there with us? Can you hear me? Hello, Mazi, unmute yourself. Hello, Mazi. I don't think he can. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Just click on the mic so that we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go on.
Okay. We have to unite. All ethnic groups must unite. Go to the center and decide our future. That should be the only solution for us now. There's no other solution because Nigeria doesn't have a constitution. The decree they are using is army decree, and we have to reject it outright come 2023. They should join the party they choose, go to the center and decide their future. This is my position.
All right. Thank you so much for
the Nigerians should stop shying away from political responsibility, because if you don't participate, you must remain a slave forever and ever. So people should come out in masses, go and vote whichever party you want, then go there and dialogue in the parliaments how you want your future to be in that part of the world.
All right, thank you,
That's my
sir.
position.
God bless you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take our last call. This will be the very last call we're going to take. Be very brief. I think we lost that call already. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, and I hope that subsequently on some other of our programs you will be there. And those of you who have been watching from the beginning of the program, we want to use this opportunity to appreciate you and hope you will be joining us again on Political Review and Matters Arising, as we are taking it on weekly basis from Monday to Friday. But tomorrow I am not going to be live, but you'll be getting content that are expository that you can't miss. That's why it is very important for you to subscribe, like, and share, and be part of the community we are building for the freedom of ordinary people. Stay safe, my people, and bye-bye from here.
Nigerians who are victims of impunity in government by corrupt political class are fed up.